Pink got me feeling right. Listen, it was in DR, bro. I didn't have a fucking, like a roof. The nigga, we don't got this. We got seen. We changed it now because we got some money and shit, pops. You know what I'm saying? Came across some money. But we had that show that seen, bro. That's a metal ceiling. Like, niggas just put that shit on so the rain don't go through. Come on, bro. We would go 2-3 days with no light. You heard? You heard? We would walk a little bit, get some water from whoever had water real quick, and we'll fill up for the week or something, you know what I mean? Come on, bro. Niggas was taking a shower in the big ass fucking the big ass blue shit. Come on, bro. Slow it down, gang. Like, so when I don't never talk my shit, but like, if I ever do catch myself talking my shit, you gotta let me talk my shit, gang. Cause niggas came from nothing. Fuck being poor, poverty.
So if you don't know who that last person was in the last clip, his name is Fanum. He's a Twitch streamer. In the last clip, as you just saw, he was talking about him living in Dominican Republic and how like the struggles of living in Dominican Republic, him not really having like a proper roof over his head, the rain coming through, things like that. It just really made me reflect on how people from certain countries don't know what struggle is. Like, we don't know what struggle is. You was raised and born in England or born in America or born in a Western country, you don't know what struggle is. The fact that we don't know what struggle is has made us very weak. We're very weak as people because we don't know, we've never been through anything severe. Not severe enough anyways. The things that we class as struggles or the things that we class as hardships are not hardships in the grand scheme of life. You gotta understand, if you live in England, you are by default rich. Like, compared to some people, you are rich. Even if you are quote unquote broke, you don't have the nicest car, you don't have a job. You can come to England, I'm sure you know someone like this. You can come to England, you can never work a day in your life, and you'll still somehow find yourself with housing, warmth, food, healthcare, and you don't even work. And you know what's crazy? That's why people in England are so entitled. That's why we don't pay for healthcare, and all we do is complain about our free healthcare. You don't even pay. You complain, oh, the NHS is so bad because I had to wait for this amount of time. Do you understand? You don't pay. Like this. How can you complain about a service you don't pay for? Really think about that. That is literally the epitome of privilege. We're so privileged that we complain about the quality of things we get for free. Someone will not work and they complain they don't get enough money from the benefits. Do you understand that hundreds of years ago, natural selection would have took you out? That you don't work, you don't hunt, you don't go get food, you wouldn't eat, you would die. We're the only animal that provides for different groups of people that are not doing anything with their lives. Humans are really mentally advanced, and just advanced in general, but also very emotionally led. If a dog, or most mammals, like have a child, and the child has a defect in any type of way, they'll just kill it. They'll just kill it. Like, oh, it's not gonna make it. It's got one leg, and they'll just kill it. Like, I had a friend. He had some chihuahuas, and the chihuahuas had babies, and the dog just ate them because they wasn't like good enough. Now, I'm not saying we should do that, but I'm saying if we have a child and we know that it's gonna have a disability, we'll still have it and still take care of it. My point isn't that these things are bad, but my point is that because we're so emotionally led, we start taking care of people that don't necessarily deserve care. If you're not gonna go out and work hard for something in life, you don't deserve anything. But people in Western society are just so entitled. They believe they deserve things. I don't believe I deserve anything. Even past that, people just believe they deserve things in general. I believe I deserve it because I try hard. No, you don't deserve things just because you try hard. Not even trying hard means you deserve something. Nobody deserves anything. No one owes you anything. Like, I've been making music for years, and even I have to pull up, even when people are in support of me, I have to pull them up sometimes. They'll be like, oh, like people are sleeping on you, like you're so good, like why have you not progressing? Because I don't deserve to have progressed. Really and truly, I didn't put a song out in eight months. Same with this YouTube channel. Sometimes I lack for 2 weeks. I don't post for 2 weeks. So in what world do I deserve to be on top if I'm not on top of my game work-wise? But people are so entitled, I have to like make sure they don't spread that shit on me. I don't even want to think like that. I don't even want to think, oh, I deserve this. Now I'm gonna be there, but her like, oh, I only got this amount of views. I deserve this because the content is quality. No, that's not how it works. You go put a workout, you got to be consistent. If you're not being consistent, put in a workout, and even then, you have to be willing for that to take years. But everybody is just so privileged these days. Everybody is so privileged, they don't understand the level of privilege they are. Do you understand how privileged you have to be? Do you understand how privileged you have to be to sit down and someone offer you food? Like, you can call your little brother right now, say, oh, do you want to have Chinese? And that little nigga will call you back like, I don't feel like Chinese today. Do you understand the level of privilege you have to choose not to eat because you don't feel like eating that said thing? When there's people that don't have food. That is the level of, you're on a different level. You don't understand you're on a different level with these people. These people don't have shoes. This video is going to get me in trouble, but I don't care. This is why I can't respect people who will take their own life for certain things. Like, I took my own life because fucking my girlfriend broke up with me, or I was bullied for my clothes. Do you understand that there's some person who never had a mom, never had a dad, they never had nothing, they had shoes. There's some woman right now, you're out here fucking taking your life because I don't know, your boyfriend neglected you or didn't love you or some shit. There's some woman right now walking miles with a bucket on her head, yeah, with a child strapped to her stomach, and another child strapped to her back with a fucking blanket to go get some water. And you're out here complaining because some girl broke her heart. Or in school you didn't have the right Jordans or the kickers and you got bullied and you're complaining about that shit for years. It's inexcusable. It's actually inexcusable. The level of privilege you have to have. Not only are you privileged to be alive, because the likelihood of you being born is a privilege. Do you understand that there was millions of sperm cells racing to get to that egg, and you made it. You was the one that made it, and you take your own life because it's a little hard. And when I say a little hard, I mean it. Some of this shit is really stupid, bro. Some of this shit is really dumb. Like, there's people going through some hardships. You don't even know about it. People that haven't ate for 3 days. Western society produces the weakest people. Like, I remember being in school, and comment down below if you're British, yeah, or even America. I don't know if this happens in America, but if you're British, you definitely know about this. Being in school and doing the exams, and there was that one fucking idiot, bro. The one idiot. One stupid, usually a girl, but there was some dumb guys as well who said, I have a panic attack, and would just cry and wail and fucking roll on the floor because the exam happened. That's the shit I'm talking about, bro. That's the shit I'm talking about. There's someone in fucking, I don't know, some place. I ain't gonna drop names and then sound ignorant because someone dumb would just say, in Africa. There's loads of rich places in Africa, but you get my point. In some third world country, there's some kid who does not know how to read and write, who would do anything to have the privilege to go to school. And here you are, complaining because you have to do exam, crying because you have to do exam, throwing up, saying you're having a panic attack. It's not fair, and I have to do the exam, I have to sit here for 2 hours. You're pathetic. Like, it's literally pathetic, bro. It's always pissed me off. I remember I was in college, the same shit happened. I was in big college, you know. And I was like one of the youngest people in college. Like, I went to college straight away, which for some reason people don't do in England. This here prove my point. People don't do that in England because I need a gap. Like I said, some people don't have education, and I'm not trying to be a hypocrite. I didn't go to uni. Education wasn't for me, but I'm trying to say, don't take it for granted. Like, the fact that you could the fact that you could be educated is a blessing. But anyway, I digress. So I'm in college. My dumbass was retaking a subject. I think it was English. It was English literature. I was always really good at English, but literature I failed because you have to like remember like the different texts and shit. And I was not revising. I was just having fun, living life, no kizzy. Anyways, playing basketball and shit. I always knew I wanted to do something creative anyway, but I digress. So I'm retaking literature. And like I said, this is college, this is not school. These are big people. This girl must have been like 20. I'm only 21 now. She wasn't much younger than I am now. She's probably like 20 or 21. She was probably my age now. And I was 16, 17 then. This is a woman. This ain't even a girl. She fucks up the entire exam. Had paramedics coming. She's out. Literally, she delayed the exam by like something stupid. It was like an hour and a half. We're sitting there on our phones because this girl has got paramedics outside crying on the floor because she's having a panic attack. This is the type of shit I'm saying. This is the type of shit that British kids think is a struggle to them. This is the type of shit they'll bring up when they're 25. Oh, it was so hard. Like, I had to have panic attacks. No, you didn't. You was a fucking bitch. You didn't want to go and do what needed to be done to go and strive and make fucking waves and progress. You're lazy. You are lazy. That's it. Stop labeling everything. That's pissing me off. It's so Western. You don't understand how Western it is. There's no way in hell that in a third world country, when you're trying to feed your family, look, where is all the depression and the panic attacks and anxiety for like I just said, for the 27-year-old woman who's walking miles with a kid strapped to her body and a bucket to go get the water for her kids? Where is it there? It's not there because she has something to do. She has to do it. She has to take care of her kids. She has to go take care of herself. If she don't go do it, she ain't gonna have water. So why are you a grown man? A grown man talking about, I'm so depressed and life is so hard and I have to smoke, I have to drink. No, you don't. You're a bitch. I wish you would just be honest with yourself and just look in the mirror and be like, I'm a bitch. Like, just go to a mirror and be like, I'm a bitch. That's actually okay, because then we can make progress. If you acknowledge you're a bitch, progress can be made because you acknowledge who you are, and then we can stop being a bitch. But you instead of doing that, because that's hard, that takes self-accountability, which is something most people are allergic to these days, because you live in a world where you don't have to be accountable. Because if you continue being a loser, guess what? You'll still be fed, you'll still be clothed, you're still sheltered. You live in an environment where you don't actually need to do anything. You don't need to do anything. You can come to England, do nothing, and you will most likely find yourself housed, fed, clothed, with all the necessities. In fact, you have more than the necessities. You will live a luxury lifestyle. You will have TV, you have Netflix, you will have EastEnders, you'll have a beer, you'll have a pizza, you'll have fish and chips. You'll probably somehow find yourself with a girlfriend. I don't know how you did it, but you did it. You'll find yourself with everything humans need. In fact, it sounds crazy, but you can come to England, not work, and you'll live a better existence than most guys were living hundreds of years ago, because technology's just come that far that you're still living a higher quality of life than some of the richer people hundreds of years ago. You don't need to win, so you don't need to take accountability. That's why you make all these fucking excuses for yourself and all these labels to make yourself feel better about stuff. That's one thing I'm not here for. I don't like that shit. I'm too self-critical to not be critical of someone else. You think I don't care about my feelings? You think that I can look in the mirror and be like, yo, Rashad, you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, and then I'm gonna spare your feelings? How does that even make sense? That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. Like I just told you, I don't deserve to win in certain fields. I ain't put the work in. So if I can say that to myself, you think you're gonna come to me with your bullshit? I don't even care about you. I care about me. I don't care about you. You're gonna come to me and be like, oh, boo-hoo, when I was 5 years old, fucking the teacher didn't like me, and that's why I felt. And you're gonna be like, yeah, good job, mate. Hell no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna let you slide. I'm not gonna let you slide. You can't come to me with some shit like that. That's why people say, oh, you're harsh. You're so harsh. I'm not harsh. I'm keeping it 150. You're a loser. It's not. All you have done ever is lose. This is what a lot of people are like in where I live. Just losers. Because like I said, they don't have to win. When you put humans in extreme circumstances where they have to do something, they have to win. They win. Or at least they try. Put a man in a situation where if he don't go out and make something happen, his kids will starve and his wife will starve and his mum will starve. The nigga becomes workaholic of the year. But when you're put in a scenario where you can scrape by without trying, that's when, oh my gosh, I'm depressed and I need this and I need that. That's when the shit appears. That's when the shit appears. This shit does not exist in certain places. You understand that? I'm trying to make you understand this, G. When you're put in a scenario where it's about to rain, and if you don't get up off your fucking arse and build a roof, everyone's wet. Oh, you're gonna build a roof. But in England and in America, we can't even control what we put in and out of our bodies. We can't even control what we eat. You can't even go to the gym and you want to make every excuse in the book. No, it's hard for me to lose weight. No, it's not. You're lazy. When it comes to fitness, I will judge you. Anyone who's not in shape, I'm judging you. automatically judging, bro. And when I say in shape, I don't mean you need to be in your best shape. You need to just be busting veins and abs and muscles busting everywhere. I'm not saying that. But if you're obese, I will judge you. Because that's a character flaw. Don't try and make it like it's some issue, like it's some disease that has been bestowed upon you by God. That's some bullshit. You have made choices to get to this position. The same reason that judge someone positively or negatively based on their education is the same reason I judge people based on their weight. They can judge someone based on their education and say, this guy can stick some shit through because he got a whole PhD. He went through school, college, university, and then went and got a whole PhD. He went through multiple stages of education. I can tell that he has a level of resilience, or she has a level of resilience. If you're not in shape, then I know you have no discipline. Like I don't even need to have a conversation with you. And like I said, when I say you're not in shape, I mean you're out of shape, because you can just not be in the best shape. I'm not talking about it. I mean, if you're obese, that means you have no discipline, because you don't just wake up obese. It's not something you just bestowed upon you. You went through all these steps. You went from, okay, I'm a size 6. Okay, now I'm a size 8. Kind of put a couple weight. Yeah. Okay. Size 10, okay. Sure, no. Let me relax. I'm only 5'4". I don't need to be no more than that. I'm dragging it. And now you're size 7. Now you're size 18. Mine says 17, it's not a dress size. You're size 18. There was steps to this. There were steps. You were size 6. When you were size 6 and you got to size 12, which is double the size, you should have gone back. Damn, I'm kind of putting on some weight. Like, I should do something about this. But you didn't. Why? Because you have created an environment where you don't have to take self-accountability or self-responsibility. That's the only way that shit can happen. Because if you had an environment where you have to take responsibility and accountability, whether it's others holding you accountable or you hold yourself accountable, you would have held yourself accountable at size 10. You'd be like, okay, I put on 4 dress sizes. Let me chill. Let me get back. But you don't. You have created an echo chamber of people who would tell you, no, it's fine. You're just curvy. You're just fluffy. You're just plus sized. That's your problem. Now, that one was more woman related because, I did the whole dress size thing, but it can be the same with men. Like, it can be anything. But that was just an example that came to my head. But if you create an environment where you don't have to take self-accountability, then that's when you get the weakest people, and that's what's happened in Western society. Western society, England especially. I don't know about America, I've never been there, but I have to speak about England because I honestly feel like there's no place that could be easier than England. What the fuck? Like, you can literally come here and do nothing. At least in America, if you break a bone or some shit, you better have some money to go get some healthcare. They're not giving out free healthcare. Over here, people literally travel to come live the easy life over here. Because it's a joke. It's a joke, bro. You're giving this shit to people that don't deserve it. In my opinion, they should literally get rid of the NHS, bro. Not completely, but they should keep it for like very, very, very specific reasons. Not just anything. Anything's NHS. Chill. Like, childbirth, I don't think people should pay for childbirth. I think that's crazy. Like, I don't know. These men are going 50 grand in debt and 30 grand in debt to have a child. That's insane. But you should not just be able to rinse it. Benefits, we can help out, but we got to see like you're trying at least to make some money. You cannot just be sitting on your ass for 2 decades just watching fucking daytime TV and living off benefits. That's insane. Your whole life has been funded by the government. You don't see a problem with that. Especially as a grown man. Like, there's no way. You're not a man. There's no way this is another thing. I don't understand, how you can be a grown man, bro. Like, when I say grown, like grown, bro, like, I'm not even talking like 21 like myself. I'm talking like 35, bro. Grown man, bro. And you are somehow comfortable with your whole livelihood being funded by others. How does that even register in your brain? I've been uncomfortable with my livelihood being funded by others since I was like 17. Once you leave school, you're gonna see a huge bend in how like shit happens. You're gonna go to school, you're gonna go to college, and in school, no one really cared about how much money you had. Like, if you don't have no jacket, like, let's say you was in school and your jacket broke up. People just cuss your mom. Oh, your mom's broke. That's why your parents wanted to fix anything. Like, your parents didn't want you to look crazy in school because it reflected on them. 16, you're still a child, but you can work, and there's people working. So when you don't have shit, it's like, bro, this guy's a bum. Even though you're only 16, I remember, bro. I remember, like, me losing my phone and not being able to get a new phone, and everyone's like, bro, this guy's a bum, like, he's 60, he ain't got no, he can't even got money to go get you. Go get a job, bro, like, brokey, like, and I'm only 16, I'm like, raw. But this is the first time I've experienced that. That's when it happens, G. When all the bad girls won't fuck with you if you don't have no money. This is the first time you're gonna experience it. You're 16, 17. You ain't gonna experience that when you're in year 9. You don't know about that. As long as you're good looking and you got some friends in school, you're funny or some shit, you can get any girl in the school. But when you ain't got no money and you're like 16, 17, okay, this is your taste. This is a nice taste. It's only gonna get worse from here, but you're gonna get a nice little taste. All the niggas who have a car, nice fucking bags, or what was in at the time when I was like 16, 17? Bro, if you had like a Canada Goose jacket, bro, you get all the hoes. I remember this one nigga had a Canada Goose jacket, bro, it was old. Done, finished, all the hoes. If you don't have like, that's when materialistic things and what you're doing become important. When you're young, when you're a boy, no one cares about what you're doing. That's a man's problem. What do you do? What do you do? That's the first thing. Like, look, I remember when I was a boy, yeah, people come to me, oh, like your grandma, you see your grandma, what's the first thing she says? Oh, how are you? How have you been? How's school? All these how are yous. That's what being, oh my, I'm about to go off right now. Look, when you were like, before age 16, 17, it really depends on you. Maybe some of you didn't experience it till you're 25. I don't know how you made it that far. Probably not. That's unrealistic. Cool. I'm sticking to 16, 17. Yeah. Before that period of your life, the only thing people was concerned with how you were feeling. Just because you're a child. So how are you? How are you feeling? How's school? Then there will be a sudden switch. Sudden, like it'd be almost like just out of nowhere, sporadic. What are you doing? How much money do you make? Where do you work? Have you got your license? Do you drive? That's the questions you're gonna hear. It's from like that age, it's done. I'm finished. I remember the first time a girl asked me how much money I made. I was 16. I remember. No. She didn't ask how much money I made. She asked how much money do I have in my account. Dead off, straight up. I was chilling with her in the park. I'll never forget. It was over. I was like, what the fuck, bro? This bitch gonna ask me how much money I have. What the fuck? I was chilling. Everything's going smooth, swimmingly. Jesus like, oh, how much money have you got saved up in your account? Just like that, on a mad thing. But when I tell you, everyone's like, probably wishing, like, how's that a mad thing? It's not a mad thing now, because we're older, so we know that's how these hoes operate. But I'm saying, at 16, this is an eye-opener, like, bro, what the fuck? How much money have I got? Like, bro, I'm pretty, who cares? But nah, it wasn't enough. I was like, bro, that's crazy. I don't know how I just be going on tangents like this, but my main point is, people in Western society are just too privileged. They don't go through anything in reality. This is how we've got such weak people who don't know how to deal with hardships and take their life as soon as something slightly difficult happens. That's why people feel like going to the gym is just so crazy. Oh my gosh, I had to run, and they avoid any type of hardship. They avoid any type of hardship because they're not equipped for it. People who didn't have shoes or didn't eat for a couple of days when they was children, they're equipped for hardship. I'm not saying it's something that is desirable to go through those things. It's a good thing on one side that we can come to this country or countries like this and live a very comfortable life. That's a good thing. But there's always two sides to each story, and it's a double-edged sword. You come to this country, live a comfortable life, then you're soft. You're soft because you live a soft life. Them people over there, they're tough and they can go through certain things. Most people in Western society, they crumble under pressure. They don't know how to deal with pressure. They don't know how to deal with any type of hardship. They're too cushioned, they're too cuddled. They don't know what real life is.